Hello and welcome to the Blackest Night Law. Now, this is going to be two issues 3 and 4. Issue 3 is quite a bit in it, and it actually is one of the best issues in the entire series. If you've ever read the book or got the individual comics, issue 3 is probably one of the better ones. Anyway, it's only two issues today, so we can have four episodes altogether, and then we can end there. And we start with issue 3, and with Firestorm, Jason and Gehenna are talking about the future. Gehenna has been thinking about marriage and children. Jason is just not ready for that type of commitment at the moment, stating he is just out of high school and much too young. Gehenna mentions, as Jason can read her thoughts when they are combined as Firestorm, that maybe they shouldn't be Firestorm anymore. Anyway, we go back to the fight with the Flash, Hal Jordan, and the Black Lanterns. The heroes are not having a good time of it at all. The desecration of the heroes' bodies is getting to our heroes, the Flash in particular. That and the Black Lanterns are appearing to be undefeatable. We already noticed in the last episode that even fire didn't kill Black Lantern, Martian Manhunter. The Flash removes a Black Lantern ring and finger for only the ring and finger to grow back. The Atom comes flying out of a Black Lantern ring. Yeah, this is actually a really cool movement. It describes that the inner working of a ring is very much similar to bone or dark matter. Now, Firestorm sees how extensive the Black Lantern invasion is upon the monitors in the Justice League of America's headquarters, only to be attacked by Mira. Nah, they talk it out. When we go back to the Flash and the Green Lantern. The Atom is about to biff it and have his heart removed by a Black Lantern Plastic Man. With plot knowledge and how important the Atom is going to be, the Indigo Tribe show up. Now, the Indigo Tribe are a new lantern, best way to put it, in the DC universe. Now they show up and they start killing the Black Lanterns. But, properly this time, as it seems that death is weak to compassion. Now, thinking about this actually makes a ton of sense. Because if you think about it, if you're grieving over a death, you want people to be compassionate about how you feel. And, and compassion can also stop people killing each other and everything like that. Compassion is the weakness to death. It it helps the grieving process. And it can also help people not lose their temper. It's an interesting point of view, and I don't really have the time to put it in this video. Well, during the intense battle, and it is intense, the Indigo Tribe grabs the heroes and just nopes everyone out of it and straight to a JLA headquarters. Now, here's something. In the JLA headquarters, there are the graves of heroes, as mentioned before, but also villains. Now, what the Indigo Tribe now does, they give us a big exposition dump about how the emotional spectrum came to be. Well, I mean, most expositional dumps are quite wordy and, they're kind of annoying, but this is done so well. So it's a wonderful bit of artwork. And it actually, it's not too bad because it does show a lot of it as well. You got the Indigo Tribe talking about it, and then you have the images in the background. It's really well done. I quite like it. And of course, what each color means. You got red with rage, yellow fear, orange is avarice. Those two the wrong way around. Green is will. Blue is hope. Indigo is compassion, and violet is love. Very interesting as well. Also, one thing I did always want to point out about the emotional spectrum in the DC universe is it also goes with speed of each emotion. Like the first emotion almost everyone goes to is rage. The second people are scared next. Then it's will, hope, and if you think about it, that's pretty much how human mind works with our emotions. And finally, love is the hardest to get to, so it's the one that most people reach just the lowest. You might be compassionate about with someone before you love them. And this is not being in love, this is just love. And we do see more of that later in the series, about how it's not about being in love, it's about love. Anyway, there's a back and forth on why the Black Lanterns are attacking Earth. One point is made, that because, the heroes of Earth are constantly stopping universal threats. Anyway, after all the chin wagging, the heroes decide they need to come up with a plan. and is by magic and plot convenience the Black Lanterns attack. The Indigo Tribe says how Jordan's too important, and he just whisks him away, which leads to with the Black Lanterns attacking, this leads to one of the most brutal deaths I have read in comics. And I mean, I read a lot of horror. I love Spawn. I love The Darkness. I love horror comics. Bloodborne's fantastic. Hellblazer's fantastic. I even have a lot of 40k comics. But this death is brutal. And this is why this video is going to be taken up a lot by this death, because it is so brutal and so horrible. Wow, this is what happens. The Firestorm is Gehenna and Jason at the moment, and they've just been attacked by Raymond, the Black Lantern Firestorm, and he separates Gen and Jason. He separates them apart. Now, the Firestorm goes straight for Jen, just beeline straight to her and grabs her. Jason thinking, I can grab her, go in there, and I can stop this. So he joins in now with the Black Lantern Firestorm, with dead Raymond, dead Ronnie, I should say, and he tries to stop this. And the Black Lantern Firestorm goes, "Hey, what's the formula for salt?" And Jason, being the smart guy he is, hit guns straight up in his mind. As spoken about earlier, when the minds are together, they can read each other's thoughts, and that tells Ronnie the formula for salt, and he turns Jen into salt right in front of Jason. Jason can't do anything now. He can't separate from Ronnie. He can't protect her, and he just has to sit there and watch his girlfriend get turned into salt. And I mean a pile of salt. Absolutely brutal. And she is screaming, she is crying. It is one of the most brutal deaths ever. And you see Ronnie Jason just, it's brutal. Anyway, with the Black Lanterns come the Black Lantern rings. Of course they do. And where do they go? Straight to the dead heroes and villains in the Justice League headquarters, who they thought were keeping them safe from the body snatchers that Nightwing had previously stopped. And now we see the largest number of Black Lanterns in one place. Just last bit is Deadman is catatonic, Spectre still wants Hal Jordan, but Ragman, his costume comes to life. They all become Black Lanterns. Now, apparently, what was meant to happen is the Black Lanterns were there going to turn on Ragman, and it was going to be brutal, as he was going to kill him, and it was going to be horrific, but they put a stop to that. Right, part 4 isn't that much. It's very much an action comic. It's full of action. It's loads of fighting. So, story beats, there's not much to it outside of fighting. It really is. It starts with fighting with JLA headquarters. Jason manages to take control of Black Lantern Firestorm and tells everyone on Earth needs to be evacuated after seeing the plan. The Atom takes this chance to grab Mirror and the Flash and dive down the phone line. Straight to a surprised emergency operator after dialing 911. Yeah, you could just imagine the look on his face when you got this, the Atom, the Flash, and Mirror just jumping out the phone line. Yeah. It's just a look of shock. Actually, one thing I got to say about Part 4. Part 3 is a brutal comic. Part 4 is a lot lighter, and it kind of needed to be. Because if it wasn't, it could have been too heavy, too much, and could have just destroyed the flow of the comic. It's a good job at Part 4. It's very much more action orientated and a lot lighter compared to that one, compared to issue 3. Just a little quick note there. Now, the villains who aren't dead have now come into play in the story. The Scarecrow, he gets passed over by Black Lantern Azrael because he's only afraid of Batman. He's helping Azrael because everyone around the Scarecrow is terrified, so they're all coming up yellow and helping power up the Black Lantern rings. More on that in a minute. Lex Luthor, is looking at the deaths of a superpowered community, thinking we were somehow all on the same side, but at the end of the day, it was always what I knew it to be. One, last man standing and all that. Very selfish. Again, a bit of foreshadowing there. Now, we do get a bit more of a devastating move here, like quite a heart-wrencher. See, the Atom sees Atom Smasher and Black Lantern Atom Smasher, Atom Smasher's dad, fighting, and he saves Atom Smasher, the younger one, by pretty much tearing the older one apart. It is the temporary move, but it did save his life. Until it was the great Atom's dead wife, Jean Loring, who pierces and kills the younger Atom Smasher. It's absolutely brutal to see that Ray, the Atom, seeing his wife kill someone again after what happened in Identity Crisis, which is actually a fantastic book and well worth reading. Anyway, now this all leads up to the biggest move of the Black Lanterns yet. Bringing the Black Lantern Central Battery to Earth, to Coast City, the place of Mongol's largest massacre of humans in DC history. Also, the fall of Hal Jordan. See, this is looking like it's circling and putting Hal Jordan dead center of the story. But there's so much more to come, which is another reason why I'm trying to break this up into a few more parts, because there is a lot more. And like I said, this is the big bit of it. Like, now got the Black Lantern Central Battery. It's on Earth, and it's in Coast City. Now, throughout the first 4 issues, as I mentioned, we have seen the Black Lantern rings power increase with each new heart they eat. We saw it first with, of course, Hawkman and Hawkgirl, and we saw it again with Azrael and, and although scared of the Scarecrow. It is now hit 100%. Now, what could that mean? Well, the Black Lantern ring, central batteries on Earth, and the entity of death has been released. Necron. Now, Necron has announced, because the Flash was there at the time. It's not really a big point that the Flash was there, but more like he had to be a witness to this. It could have been any hero, anyone, but it was the Flash. Now, Necron announces that the Flash owes him his life, because obviously he came back from the Speed Force, and not only does the Flash owe him his life, every superhero does. And let's leave it there, because that's a nice little cliffhanger to leave it at, and it's really good. What do you think of Blackest Night? Have you watched it? Have you enjoyed it? Have you read it? Should it be a film? It should be a film. DCEU, come on, James Gunn, I should say, get on that. You like your dark horror stuff. You're good at horror. Make this a reality. Make Blackest Night a thing. Make it a full film. It would be fantastic. Make it the Green Lantern film, actually. Thank you very much for watching. Have a great day. Like, comment, and subscribe as always. Links to Wailing Games for Warhammer, if you like that. And of course, there's comics in Forbidden Planet, my comic, and my merchandise, and Patreon as well, if you want to give me money. But as I always say, don't just give me money. Hit one of the links and buy yourself something nice first. Bye bye. Thank you, and see you soon.